Good day, everyone. So today we will be discussing the chapter 3 of HPL09, which is the bread and pastry procedures, which is mastering baking essential. So baking is a both science and an art, requiring precision, skills, in the right tools. So, mastering baking essentials means understanding the fundamental ingredients, utensils, equipment, and techniques that form the foundation of a successful baking. So for the learning objectives, at the end of this chapter, the student should be able to recall and describe the characteristic and functions of various types of baking ingredients, analyze the interaction between different ingredients and various baking recipes and formulations, and demonstrate the ability to identify and select appropriate ingredients based on their intended function in baking. So let's start with the flour. So flour made by milling grain, it is the foundation of baking. Its protein content determines gluten strength, which give the dough elasticity and structures. High protein flour make chewy breads, while low protein flours yield tender cakes. So gluten-free need binding agents to provide structures. So understanding flour and gluten is essential for achieving the right textures and consistency in baking goods. Now, let's proceed to the different types of flour. So, first is the bread flour. So, bread flour has high protein, forming more gluten, which allows the dough to stretch and rise, producing a chewy, structured crumb. So, it's ideal for recipe that need volume and elasticity like bread. Cake flour is soft and finely milled with low protein, forming minimal gluten, so this produces a tender, light, and fine textured cake, perfect for delicate dessert. This is the most commonly used flour in home kitchen. It has a moderate protein level, making it a good or middle ground for many recipes. It's not too soft or too strong, it's just right for most tasks. Self-rising flour is a pre-mixed blend of all-purpose flour, baking powder, and salt. It simplifies baking by eliminating the need to add leavening agent and salt separately. This flour is best used for pancakes, biscuits, muffins, quick breads, and some cakes, making it ideal for recipes that do not require yeast. Rye flour is made by grinding the rye grain, which is close relative of wheat but contains less gluten and more flour. For the care and storage of flour, or a flour should always be handled and stored properly to maintain its freshness and quality. So it must be kept in clean, dry container with a tight seal to prevent moistures, insect, and odor from affecting it. So when storing at a room temperature, flour can also last up to 6 to 8 months. So first, flour should be stored in high ventilated room free from insect and rodents. Number two should be keep away from products with strong aroma such as spices and onions. Use the oldest flour first or first in, first out. Flour should be kept in a dry tin or glass container in a cool, dry place. For the shortening, so shortening refers to a fat used in baking and plays a key role in texture, flavor, and structures. It weakens gluten strands to make product tender. It adds richness and moisture. It creates flakiness in pastry. It improves volume and lightness. And also, it enhances the mouthfeel and extends the shelf life. So common types include butter, margarine, large, and vegetable shortening. So when we say shortening, it is flavorless, solid cooking and baking fat made with hydrogenated. So shortening has several important effects in baking that influence both the quality and shelf life of baked products. It makes a good tender by softening the gluten strand and contributes to flakiness in pastries such as pies and other baked products. Shortening also helps retain moisture, keeping it products soft and preventing them from drying out quickly. It adds richness and enhances flavors while also improving volume and making baked goods lighter in textures. Additionally, shortening provides a smooth mouthfeel and extend the shelf life of baked products by slowing down the staling processes. Shortening surrounds gluten strands, preventing them from forming dough network and producing a tender textures. When cream with sugar, it traps air, creating lighter, fluffier baked goods with greater volume. It also adds moistures and lubrications, making product easier to chew and swallow. And it helps extend the shelf life by slowing the staling. So, what are the desirable qualities of shortening? So, good shortening should have plasticity. It means soft and pliable for even mixing. Waxiness means smooth, not gritty. Have a pleasant odor or neutral, not rancid, and pleasant flavor should be mild, allowing other ingredients to shine. So these qualities ensure consistent textures, tender, baked goods, and maintain the intended taste and aroma. Like example, the Cresco all vegetable shortening for a flaky pie crust, Snow Brand for smooth cookies and bread, and Golden Fry or baking for odorless or mild and pastries. What are the kinds of shortenings? So shortenings comes in a several type, each suited for different baked goods. So butter is a natural milk fat that adds rich flavor that is ideal for cake, cookies, and pastries. For example, Anchor and Magnolia. Margarine is a butter substitute made from vegetables oil, suitable for general baking like star margarine, then when you say lard, fork fats create tender, flaky pastries and the pies. For example, the Amor lard. Then oils like corn, canola, olive oil are liquid fats best for muffins and quick breads. So vegetable shortening is solid, flavorless, and odorless, providing tenderness or tenderness and longer shelf life for pies, cookies, and cakes, like the example Cresco and Golden Fry.